Susan B. Anthony is one of the most well-known civil activists and speakers of the 19th century in America. Outspoken and strong-willed, Anthony criticized the worldwide phenomenon of male superiority. She fought hard for temperance because she saw the negative effect alcoholism was having on families. Later, she admonished the American education system for its patriarchal ways, saying to a crowded room of male educators, "Do you not see that so long as society says a woman is incompetent to be a lawyer, minister, or doctor, but has ample ability to be a teacher, that every man of you who chooses this profession tactily acknowledges that he has no more brains than a woman?" Her views on women's rights became more fervent, and Anthony went on to serve as an official at the first National Women's Rights Convention. The issue of temperance was pervasive throughout her activism, as she pushed for the wife of an alcoholic husband to be able to take legal action to emancipate herself and obtain an independent income from her husband. Anthony once stated, "Cautious, careful people, always casting about to preserve their reputation and social standing, never can bring about a reform. Those who are really in earnest must be willing to be anything or nothing in the world's estimation, and publicly and privately, in season and out, avow their sympathy with despised and persecuted ideas and their advocates, and bear the consequences." This was her true attitude throughout her campaign. She routinely employed Henry David Thoreau's idea of civil disobedience in order to accomplish her goals. She, along with other activists such as longtime friend Elizabeth Cady Stanton, collected hundreds of thousands of signatures on their petitions, giving women an unprecedented active role in politics. Additionally, Anthony would speak at large events, and she never failed to draw a crowd. The press loved her and the controversy she caused, and therefore her speeches were some of her most powerful tools. While she did not live to see the passage of the 19th Amendment, which gave the women the right to vote in America, it was arguably a large part of her legacy. She used the language of the 14th Amendment, which stated that everyone born in the United States was a U.S. citizen, to justify that women should have the right to vote. She used this logic to convince scores of women to try to vote, and she was even tried in court for voting in the presidential election of 1872. Anthony was quite the interesting character. Much like her companions in the suffrage movement, she refused to submit to anyone. She repeatedly affirmed that no one had the moral ground to control anyone else, regardless of gender. This ideology led her to become increasingly more passionate about the ideas which she so enthusiastically promoted. She fought a hard battle, and her ultimate victory was not accomplished until nearly 15 years after her death. However, her impact is undeniable. She forever changed society by pushing for suffrage and women's rights in a way never seen before her time. She advocated for the unrepresented, an example that is followed by many others to this day. She paved the way for many generations of girls and women. All of her vast accomplishments make Susan B. Anthony one of the greatest American reformers.